Hey party people, Kelsey here from Attack Fitness. Gonna throw down a COVID core workout today. And I put on my crazy Burton one-piece underlayers because I thought, one, it looked a little bit like, like the hazmat kind of logo, and two, because it's fairly fabulous. And y'all know I love to rock a one-piece. So today is gonna be all about core training. Sometimes people think this is just the abdominal muscles that are on the front, your rectus abdominis. That is not true. It's basically the entire trunk of the body. Sometimes we call it pillar strength. So your glutes are involved, your back is involved, obviously your abdominals are involved, your obliques are involved, sometimes even shoulder stabilizers depending on what we're doing. So we're gonna do a bunch of different stuff today. We've got 9 exercises for you. The first 3 are kind of a warm-up movements and just to get like the glutes firing and whatnot, and then we'll move through some more difficult exercises, ending with the hardest stuff. So enjoy, stay warm, stay safe, get on the floor, and let's do this COVID core workout together. Okay, exercise number 1, cat-cow, cat-camel, has many names. 4-point kneeling position. Okay, we're gonna start by going into spinal flexion, letting the hip or the head drop, really pushing our upper back towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna reverse that, letting the belly hang, looking up towards the ceiling, letting your little puppy tail wag. And just really taking your time to just get connected into your body. Should feel pretty dang good. Oh, and my back just cracked. Bonus. Four-point kneeling hip mobility. So, same tabletop position we were just in. Make sure that our hands are nice and spread wide, and we're really taking the amount of body weight that we have in our upper body and dispersing them through the full hand, okay, especially into the fingertips. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one leg, we'll work this left leg first, and we're gonna kick it straight back using the big muscles of the glute. Think about pulling your nose towards, or your toes towards your nose, dorsiflex, okay? And keeping your pelvis nice and balanced. So we don't wanna be rotated up like this, we wanna be nice and square. Then once we're there, we're gonna think about like a little froggy movement or a dog pee movement. We're gonna take that knee, we're gonna pull it up, and then we're gonna close the hip. Now we're gonna reverse the action. So knee goes out, kicks back, toes towards nose, and then in again. And again, kick back, out and in, out, back, and in, back, out, and in, out, back, and in. And as I'm doing that, I'm really working to maintain a level pelvis, okay? So it's gonna be really easy for people to open up the hip when they do this exercise. We're trying to maintain relatively closed hip position to maximize the mobility. So we're just gonna do 5 of these. So repetition is out, back, and in, and then out, back, and in. I said that backwards, but whatever. Third exercise in the mobility warm-up series is a clamshell. You can do this with just your body weight, or if you happen to have some of these bad boys in your house, go ahead and use one. I know a lot of you do have these. If not, now's the perfect time to invest. Order on Amazon, they're super cheap, they'll come right away, okay? So I'm gonna use a band in this particular example. We're gonna take the band and we're gonna put it over top of our knees. We're gonna lay on our side. We're gonna get real comfy and assume that kind of supermodel pose, okay? So support your neck. You're gonna make sure that your hips are stacked, your knees are stacked, and your ankles are stacked. Once we are in this position, what is going to happen is we're going to take our top leg and we are going to externally rotate the hip. So we're gonna open up, our feet are gonna remain in contact. So this is going to activate the external rotators of the hip. You wanna make sure that your abs stay nice and tight as you're doing this, so you're not sitting around with like a big floppy beer belly position. You're taut, you can still breathe. And as I externally rotate the top leg, again, I'm not opening my hips, so I'm not rolling open. I see lots of people do this, or they put their hand down and they're like, they're being all crazy. No, we just want to keep those feet attached, keep the hip stacked, and you'll feel it very, very, very isolated in that top glute muscle. Okay, we're gonna rock out. You're gonna be here a while. I'd like you to do 20. I'm not gonna do 20 because I'm making the movie. All right, we're gonna start to get into the meat and potatoes of the workout today. So first exercise we have up is a high plank with knee drive. Some people are going to be able to actually make contact from their knees to their elbows. Other people are not. It's just a mobility-based issue. It depends on how flexible you are in your hips and also how strong you are. So if you can't touch your elbow to your knee, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. It's something to work towards if you care. I don't know, I can only do it on one side, and I'm a fitness professional, so. All right, so high plank position. We're gonna go nice wide hands, toes on the floor. Again, if this position is hard for you, you can elevate your hands on your couch or whatever. And now what's gonna happen is we're gonna take our left knee and we're gonna drive it towards our left elbow. Now you'll see as I do this, I'm gonna rock slightly forward. That's totally allowed. Making sure I'm pushing the floor away. I'm really touching my knee to my elbow. If I can, it's harder for me on my right side because I got my janky leg. We're gonna go for 10 per side if you can. If not, 5 is fantastic. Second exercise in this series is side plank with leg lift. Now, I'm gonna actually show a modified version because this particular exercise is quite hard for me. So we're gonna go into a side plank, but we're gonna go into a modified side plank. So the bottom leg is actually gonna be bent. The top leg will be straight. So once we're in this position, you're gonna take that top leg and you're going to lift it up and squeeze the booty muscles. Now again, I want you to make sure on those leg lifts, we're gonna do 10 of them, that you're not throwing that leg up like super crazy, and you're not using any other joints to move through this, okay? So everything's coming from the hip. You're gonna feel this actually in your bottom butt cheek. Just like that. And we'll switch. Okay, other side. Ooh, this is my good leg. Yeah, look at that go. Again, if you're like super awesome and advanced, whoop, you can go straight leg. Ah! That is not me, I cannot do that. I'm not gonna sell you some Instagram lies. 10, do 10, okay, thank you. Exercise number 3, single leg knee drive in glute bridge. If you have a step at home or a low couch, you can actually do this with your foot elevated, and it's gonna make it a little more juicy. But if not, if you're just at home and you've got nothing but your carpet and your living room, then we're gonna lay on our back. Okay, we're gonna take our right leg and we're gonna extend it straight. So our left leg is gonna be the working leg, the one that's pushing up. We're gonna use the left glute to do this. And then we're gonna imagine that right knee is coming to knee a target, an imaginary target right about here, okay? So the movement is we're gonna push up single leg glute bridge, whoop, then this knee is gonna come up, and it's gonna knee the imaginary target. You can even put your hand there if you want. Now the key is that in that top position, we're not doing like a crazy excessive glute bridge like you see some people do. You want to maintain that neutral spine. So you're driving through the heel, and then that knee is coming towards the chest. Just do 10 per side, and then we're going to switch legs. And do the opposite side. Again, you're probably going to notice some differences between left to right. That's okay. Boom. Okay, now we're getting to the zesty stuff. For those of you that know me, know that I love a Primal Crawl, or Tiki as it's sometimes also called. So although we don't have a ton of room in the living room, we're still gonna do it, okay? So you're gonna find just a little stretch of space. If you're on hardwood, take your socks off so you don't slide. And we will do this for time. So I would do 30 seconds to start with if you're brand new. Again, 4-point kneeling position, and this time we're gonna elevate the knees off the floor. We're gonna try and hold them there, just like an inch above the floor. Then opposite arm, opposite leg, contralateral. We are going to reach and slowly start to move forward. Now you'll notice that my back is staying completely straight Okay, when I run out of real estate, I'm gonna reverse it. Going backwards is tougher. Keys to this movement, in order to make it really good, are actually taking really small steps with your arms and your legs and thinking about rolling your hand on the ground. So if you're making like big clomping noises, you're gonna be really like janky in your crawl position. If you think about being like I always say like a sexy kitty, I don't know why, slinking through the trees, that's the best way to primal crawl, and you're gonna do that for 30 seconds. The ever loved, ever hated log roll. This is not an easy movement. If you try it and you suck at it, send me a message and I will give you another option. I'll also show some modifications. So we're gonna do a log roll. Not easy. You're gonna start in a hollow hold position. So arms above your head, legs straight out. We're gonna contract our abs, we're gonna lift them up. For some of you, this may look like this. That's totally fine. Okay, for more advanced, we're gonna look like this. Now what's gonna happen is we're gonna roll our body, without touching our arms or our quads to the floor. We're gonna end up in what looks like a superhero position. We're gonna keep going, we're gonna go to the other side. Okay, that's one round. We're trying to look like a pencil rolling across a desk. If it's really hard for you, what you can do is self-spot. So that would be taking this hand and just gently pushing to open up the shoulder. Totally allowed. Okay, so here, self-spot. Boom. Rolling all the way over is 1. Let's try for 5. Okay, last SD piece for today. Straight leg dead bugs plus double arm and leg lowers. So this is a way that you can progress the standard dead bug position to add a little bit more excitement. You can also add weight to this. So again, if you don't have weights at home, that's fine, but grab a textbook. Like there's tons of heavy stuff in the house. Grab 2 big cans of tomatoes, canned tomatoes, and hold them in your hands while you do this exercise. They're all really good options. So straight leg dead bug. So traditional dead bug that you've probably seen a ton of people do in the gym is this position, right? Opposite leg, opposite arm lowers here. We're gonna make it a little bit more difficult by trying to straighten the legs out. If you can't straighten the legs, keep them bent, that's totally fine, okay? So in this position, we're gonna lift the head, we're gonna push the lumbar spine down into the ground, we're gonna lower opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, that's 1. We're gonna do that 5 times. Let's imagine we've done 5 times. Now, 5 times, double leg, double arm lower. So the key here is that as we lower legs and arms, our lumbar spine stays in contact with the mat. Again, if you're doing the modified version, then it's going to be here. Bent leg, straight arm. So again, for that one, 5 opposite arm, opposite leg lowers per side, and then let's add 5 double arm, double leg lowers per side. And that's it for today. And a little short COVID core workout for you guys at home. Tack it onto the end of your dog walk today, or if you're out, if you go cross-country skiing, if you went for a run, this is a great little button for your fitness routine. Stay warm, stay safe, spread the love, stay connected. We'll see you guys tomorrow.